Hey everybody, this is Brian with Inspiring How You See That, and today I want to do something a little bit different. As many of you may know, both Kevin and I actually are from Erie, Pennsylvania, which is northwestern Erie, right up against northwestern Pennsylvania, right up against Lake Erie, of course. He now lives in a different state. I'm still in the general area, a little bit south, but still in Erie County. So just kind of wanted to talk about Erie and why we're proud to be from here and why we love it here. We'll start out. Erie kind of gets a little bit of a bad rep because of the weather in the wintertime. We get a ton of snow, and we're known for that, and it's almost kind of the butt of the joke for the country. And frankly, it's true. I mean, we do have very harsh winters. We get a lot of snow. This past winter actually was one of the better ones. It was pretty mild by comparison to what we usually have, but all in all, Erie's a great place. It's a place where I lived away in Indiana for a couple years and I came back, so it's been my home pretty much my entire life. And so I just wanted to take this opportunity to highlight some of the things that I think makes Erie very special. And especially during the summertime, I would highly recommend people come check out Erie, PA. It's a great place to come to hang out, and I'll go through some of the reasons of why it's an amazing place and some of the great people that have come from here. First off, and it's the most obvious, we're right up against Lake Erie. Lake Erie is one of the Great Lakes, obviously, in the U.S., and it's beautiful. I mean, we go out to the lake and we've got what's called Presque Isle, which is a freshwater peninsula. As far as I know, it may be the only one. It's certainly one of the only freshwater peninsulas in the world. We have, I want to say it's 11 or 12 beaches. And so that's pretty cool is we can actually go to a beach. We don't have to drive all the way to the Atlantic Ocean, which is hours upon hours away, to get to beaches. Here in Erie during the summertime, our beaches are well maintained. The state does an amazing job at Presque Isle. So when you come up in the summertime, definitely you have to go to Presque Isle and check it out. It's absolutely gorgeous there. It's a beautiful place. It's a wonderful place to take your family, to go for hikes, bike rides, just go swimming in the lake. It's absolutely amazing there. Along with that is our sunsets in Erie over Lake Erie are phenomenal. I mean, they are absolutely beautiful. As a matter of fact, there was a travel magazine, I want to say at this point it was probably 10, 12 years ago, that rated Erie, PA as the third best sunsets in the world. And it was trailing only, I want to say, Honolulu and a place in Japan as far as sunsets. So absolutely stunning sunsets. We'll try to find some pictures to put up behind us, and it'll look nice, but I'm telling you, it doesn't do justice of seeing it in person. To see the beauty that God paints on the sky over Lake Erie, it takes your breath away. One of the things that we're really proud of in Erie is what's called the Flagship Niagara. It's a battleship that was actually used during the Revolutionary War, that is here docked most of the time in Erie. Now, it does a lot of tours of the Great Lakes during the summertime, but most of the year it's docked here in Erie. You can go on it. A lot of it's been restored because, of course, it's a wooden ship. Over a couple hundred years, it's going to need a lot of restoration. But it's really cool. It's really a sense of pride and a symbol of our pride here in Erie. Another cool thing about Erie is where we're located. We're equal distance, just about 100 miles each from Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and Cleveland. I-90, which is one of the main routes going across the entire country, comes right through Erie, and that's from east to west. It goes all the way from Seattle to around Boston. And then, of course, we have I-79, which is the north and south. The north end ends right here in Erie, right at Lake Erie, and it goes, I believe, all the way down to Virginia. So we're easy to get to, easy to get through, and to be that close to those three major cities is really cool. I mean, we've highly influenced by the sports teams there. Here in Erie, you'll see a lot of Steeler fans, a lot of Browns fans, a decent amount of Bills fans. And so that's pretty cool. Is very quickly we can get to those major metropolitan areas. In addition, we're only about 3 hours from Canada, which is really cool. It's actually just past Buffalo. And it's right there at Niagara Falls. So one of the wonders of the world, we're that close to it. And it's a lot of fun to go up there. Another just breathtaking sight is to see Niagara Falls, be able to go over into Canada. you need your passport and see what's going on there. To get to London, Ontario is not far. To get to Toronto is not very far. So where we're located, we're pretty central. We can get to a lot of places within a day trip. One of the other things I wanted to talk about with Erie is the excellent universities and colleges that we have in the area that I wanted to highlight. These include Gannon University, Mercyhurst, the Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, known as LECOM. That is world renowned for their medical education. So that's a really, really cool thing that we have here in Erie. We also have Edinburgh University. That's my alma mater for my bachelor degree in business administration, so I'm very proud to be there. And then we also have Penn State Barron, which is here in Erie, and that's where I got my MBA. So excellent schools. Come check them out if you're a high school senior, junior, and you're thinking about a good place. All of these are great schools to look at. We have two really top-notch hospitals in the area. We have St. Vincent's, and we also have UPMC Hammett. UPMC Hammett is world-renowned for heart surgeries. We have some of the best heart surgeons, doctors in the world here in Erie, Pennsylvania. So again, that's a huge source of pride for us. And we get people from all over the world to come here for medical attention and medicine here at UPMC Hammett. In Erie, we've got some interesting food items that really aren't known anywhere else in the world. First and foremost, I got to give a shout out to Smith's Hot Dogs. Smith is here in Erie. They have the world's best hot dogs. Growing up as a kid, I hated hot dogs because I ate the cheap ones from the store and they were disgusting. Smith's is the exact opposite. I mean, they are delicious. You owe yourself, if you come to the Erie area, you got to have Smith's hot dogs. Top notch. And then we've got some things that even the type of food is only here in Erie. Pepperoni balls. I thought, though, everyone knew who pepperoni balls was, but evidently it's really only here in this area. And what they are is they're literally balls of dough with pepperoni and cheese inside of them. And they are freaking delicious. I mean, they are absolutely amazing. You gotta have them. We also have sponge candy, which is, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's kind of chewy and it looks spongy when you bite into it, covered with chocolate. I don't eat sugar anymore, so I don't have it now. But when I did, I really like sponge candy. It was delicious. And then we have what we call city chicken. It's another weird Erie thing, and I have no idea how it got the name of city chicken because it literally is chunks of pork on a skewer. Again, why it's called city chicken, have no idea, but it's good. People put onions with it, peppers, and they cook it up on the skewer. Give it a shot. One of the biggest sources of pride in Erie, and is very near and dear to my heart, is we have the corporate headquarters for a Fortune 500 company at Erie Insurance. Erie Insurance is a top-notch employer, not just for Erie, but for the world. I'm proud to say that I'm an Erie Insurance employee, and I have been for pretty much all of my adult life. So I started there when I was 18, and with the exception of a couple years, that's been my home my entire career. It's full of amazing people. They treat you well. And so I'm very proud to be a member of the Erie Insurance family. Finally, we want to talk about some of the sports that have put Erie on the map. We have a couple of minor league teams, the biggest which is the Erie Otters, who play in the Ontario Hockey League. The Erie Otters have had a lot of success and actually are very well known in Canada because, up there, hockey is life. But the Otters have won a couple championships in the OHL, have put a lot of great players in the NHL. The biggest, of course, being Connor McDavid, who won the NHL MVP a couple years ago. So before the rest of the world knew how good he was here as an Erie Otter, and we got to see him firsthand. We also have the Erie Seawolves, who are our minor league baseball team. They've been around for years. They've gone through a couple different name changes. But again, we've had a lot of Major League Baseball players come through here. I know Justin Verlander, who pitched for the Tigers and some other teams, won a World Series. I believe he won a Cy Young Award. He pitched here in Erie. So, again, pretty cool. We've had some professional athletes come from Erie. The biggest, one of the most current ones is James Conner. James Conner played collegiately at Pitt. Here in Erie, he played for McDowell High School, and of course now is a Pittsburgh Steeler. He's a running back for the Steelers. Excellent guy, excellent representative of Erie, excellent player for the Steelers, and not only that, but he also, as you all know, has overcome cancer in college and gone on and become a star in the NFL. So he's a true inspiration. We also have Bob Sanders is from Erie. He played for the Indianapolis Colts. Actually, one year he won the NFL Defensive MVP, so another outstanding player from here in Erie. Another great guy who upholds the values well of the city. Mike McCoy, he's kind of old school player, but he was an offensive lineman for the Green Bay Packers. Excellent player. As a matter of fact, he was drafted one spot after Terry Bradshaw. I believe it was 1971 in the NFL draft. So went on to have a great career with the Packers. We also had Mark Stepnowski, who was an offensive lineman, a center for the Cowboys during their Super Bowl run in the 90s. So I believe he has 3 Super Bowl rings. Made a number of Pro Bowls, outstanding player in his own right. We also have Olympic figure skater Karen Kadavy, another athlete who has made Erie very proud. I'm sure there's more to come, and there's been other NFL players and Major League Baseball players that have come from Erie. We also have some actors that have come. Mark Blucas, who was in the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer, is from Girard, which is a part of Erie. He also was in a movie Unearthed, which was shot here in the area. It was actually directed by John Lyons, who's from here in Erie. Had a couple other actors from the Erie area, and it's set to release sometime in 2020. So it's kind of a horror/suspense movie, so we're really looking forward to that coming out soon. We also have Ann B. Davis, who is known as Alice from the Brady Bunch, is from here in Erie. That's pretty cool. I mean, you think about iconic TV shows and iconic characters, Alice definitely is at the top of that list. So that's really a claim to fame for Erie. Finally, we have Billy Blanks. You might remember him from his Tybo commercials. He's the guy that did the workout, the Tybo. He's from here in Erie, and he developed that. So, again, pretty cool. Author Mark Brown, he wrote the children's books, the Arthur series. He's from here in Erie. That's become well known, those Arthur books. So again, we've got talented people in every walk of life that are coming from right here in Erie, PA. One of the most well-known is Tom Ridge. Tom Ridge he used to be governor of Pennsylvania, and interestingly enough, he was actually the first head of Homeland Security right after 9/11 when Homeland Security was developed. He was the first head of the agency. So again, very proud of him. Very cool thing to have represent Erie. Finally, I'm going to end with music because that's what most of our channel is about, and we do have some very famous musicians that have come from Erie. Among them are War of Ages. They're a very excellent Christian heavy metal band that is out touring now. They've got a couple albums out. They're fantastic. Check them out. Pat Monahan, who's the lead singer of the rock band Train, from here in Erie. He comes back to Erie semi-regularly. So again, whenever you hear Train on the radio, that guy's from here in Erie. And of course, you guys know what was coming. First to 11. First to 11 is my favorite band. Friends of mine love these guys, and they are ready to take off and take over the world. Again, very proud they're from right here in Erie. So I just wanted to take this time, shine a spotlight on a town that means a lot to me personally. I know it does to Kevin as well. And I wanted to kind of give you guys some reasons of why Erie's amazing. And there's so many other reasons that I could have gone over. The video would have taken forever. The people here are fantastic. Come and visit us. Check it out. You can shop at the Mill Creek Mall. Check out the peninsula. There's a lot to do here, particularly in the summertime. So check out Erie, PA. And again, we love you guys. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe to our channel, and God bless.